Have you ever opened a bead treasure bag and wondered, what do I make next? Well, today I'm turning some gorgeous GGC Treasure Bag beads into a complete elegant jewelry set, and I'll show you exactly how. Hi everyone, I'm Louisa from Misty Moon Designs, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing a step-by-step tutorial for a coordinated necklace, bracelet, and earring set made entirely with beads from the latest GGC Treasure Bag. Now, if you're not familiar with that bag, I'll leave some information down below in the description section of this video, along with a link to the website in case you're interested. And don't forget that I always model my jewelry at the end of my tutorials, so please stick around for that. Also, keep in mind that I leave timestamps down below in case you want to skip forward to any portion of the video. As you can see, this jewelry is very sparkly. The necklace features dangles in graduating lengths, and even though it looks like a statement piece, it's actually on the dainty side. The techniques that I'm going to use today are very simple, so whether you're a beginner or advanced, or just looking for inspiration from a bead collection, this is a beautiful place to start. And I can't wait to show you how to make this set, so let's go ahead and get started. Here are the beads we're going to use for today's necklace, which by the way is going to be super easy to make. Now if you're new and you haven't mastered the art of doing simple loops, then obviously this may be a little bit challenging, but I promise you by the time you finish this necklace, you're going to be an expert at making beaded components with simple loops. And of course, I couldn't resist these beautiful beads. Like I said in the intro, they came in the latest GGC Treasure Bag, and in case you don't know, they usually release 2 collections. So the name of the latest one was Seasonal Tones, and they had the Warm Collection and the Cool Collection. And of course, these are from the Warm Collection. And by the way, the GGC Treasure Bag is not a subscription. It's a limited edition bag, which means that once they're sold out, that's it. But sometimes they do sell items from the bag individually, and I haven't gone to see if these beads are available, but you might want to check it out. I'll leave the link down below to the website. So basically, we're going to make beaded components using these beads, and then we're going to connect them together to form the necklace that you saw in the intro. So the necklace has about 7 dangles hanging down in the front, which means that 7 of these beads are going to be on ball head pins, and all the rest are going to be mounted on craft wire. I'm going to use 22 gauge craft wire, and this one is a gold color, as you can see. I want to use 22 gauge because the beads are kind of small. Of course, if you want to use something thicker, that would be okay too, but I think it would change the look of the necklace a little bit. 22 gauge is going to give you a more delicate look. So let me show you how easy this is. Let me just put these off to the side, because if I have anything down here, the camera doesn't focus very well. I've cut myself a small piece of wire. I think it measures about 1 1/4 inches. With my flat nose pliers, I'm going to grab the end, a little bit less than 3/8 of an inch down, because I don't want the loops to be too big. Bend it, grab the end with my round nose pliers, making sure that it's flush with my barrels, and form a loop. I like to flatten my loops. And now I'm going to slide my bead on. I'm going to grab the wire right above the bead like this, bend it. With my flush cutters, I'm going to snip off the end, leaving a little bit less than 3/8 of an inch. Grab the end with my round nose pliers and form another loop. And now I'm going to line up my loops using 2 sets of pliers. And there's my first beaded component. Here's another one I created earlier. I'm going to show you how to connect them. I'm going to be using 4mm jump rings. They're 18 karat gold plated. Let me go ahead and open it. I'm going to slide this component into it, and this other one, and close it up. So now I have 2 beaded components connected. Very, very simple. And that's basically how I'm going to build the entire necklace. And I'm going to be hanging dangles from the jump rings. So now I'm going to give the beginners some tips for creating simple loops. I'm going to use some very soft wire. This is aluminum wire. And the reason I'm using it is because I'm going to form a loop and then I'm going to unwind it or straighten it out. So the first thing I'm going to do is to mark my pliers with a Sharpie. I'm going to place a little mark somewhere in this vicinity. just like that. Here's my piece of aluminum wire, and now I'm going to go ahead and place the wire right where the mark is. And by the way, you can mark all the way around the barrel if you want to. I didn't do it this time, but you could do it if you wanted to. And now I'm going to form a loop, making sure I keep the wire where the mark is. So there's my loop. And now I'm going to place another mark on the wire right where the end of the loop meets the rest of the wire. Let me put something underneath. I'm going to mark my wire right there. Let me do the other side. And now I'm going to go ahead and unwind this loop. Let me straighten it out. That looks pretty straight, and I can still see my little mark. And now I'm going to create a little template. Let me go ahead and put my paper underneath. I'm going to use a scrap piece of paper. I know it's hard to see the mark because the wire is kind of dark, but basically I'm going to place a little mark here on my paper. So this is my template. I made it a little thick so you could see it. So now when you go to create your loop, you're going to use that template or that measurement to bend your wire. Let me just move this out of the way. So here's another piece of wire. I'm going to take my template and hold it up against the mark like this so that I know exactly where I'm going to bend. And now using my round nose pliers, I'm going to place it right where the mark is and form my loop. See how easy that is? This is the best way to do it if you're new, I'm telling you. That's what I did way in the beginning. But of course, it's going to be very tedious, but it's worth the trouble. And after a while, with practice, you're not going to need a template. You'll be able to just eyeball it. So now let me show you how to do the bottom of the dangles, because like I said before, they're going to be on ball head pins. Here I have a bead on a ball head pin. I'm going to grab the pin, bend it, cut off the excess, leaving 3/8 of an inch or a little bit less. Grab the end of the pin, make sure it's flush with my barrels, and form a loop. Let me close it a little bit. Now some of the dangles are only going to have one bead, some are going to have 2, and some are going to have 3. But let me go ahead and connect this dangle to what I've created already. The strand here. I'm simply going to slide it into the jump ring. Just like that. And close it. So now I have 2 beads that form the strand and 1 that forms the dangle. And by the way, don't ever throw these pieces of wire away. I use them to create my prototypes. And by the way, the ball head pin is 22 gauge, in case you're wondering. But that's basically it, guys. Very, very simple. Now my necklace is going to be about 17 inches, I think. And that includes the clasp and the jump rings. But obviously, you're going to have to decide how long you want yours to be. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and create my beaded components and my dangles. And then I'll come back and tell you exactly how many beads I used. And we'll finish it off with the clasp. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. And I've created all the beaded components I need and connected them, as you can see. And I did measure it. It measures 16 inches right now without the clasp. And I used a total of 28 beads along the strand. And as you can see, I have 7 dangles along the bottom. The center one has 4 beads, and then 3, 2, and 1. Now I didn't use jump rings in between the coin beads of the dangles because I wanted them closer together. The jump rings would have made them longer, which means that I would probably have to use less beads. But you can certainly keep everything the same if you want to, and add jump rings in between the components. It's completely up to you. And all of the bottom beads are on ball head pins, and so are these 2. Now I did add a jump ring to these because I felt they didn't hang low enough. But that's basically it, guys. And by the way, I don't think I went over the size of these coin beads. They measure 6 by 3 millimeters, and the color is golden Burlywood, in case you were wondering. So now we just have to attach a clasp. Here's a lobster clasp. I do want to attach an extended chain. So here's one, And I do want to embellish it. I'm going to attach a bead to it, and it's going to be one of the coin beads. Now this pin is pretty thin, so I'm going to do a wrap loop. I'm going to grab it with my round nose pliers like this, bend, reposition, wrap the tail around the nose of the pliers, flip the pliers around, wrap to the back. Let me open up this loop, slide my chain into it, like this, grab it with these pliers, grab the tail, and do some wraps. Cut off the excess pin, tuck the little tail in, so there's my pretty extended chain. And I'm simply going to open up one of these loops and slide it right in. Just like that. Close it up. I am going to use a jump ring to attach the clasp. This is a 4mm jump ring. And I'm going to slide it into this loop. And close it up. There we go. How pretty is this necklace? I think it's adorable. I really like the sparkle. I hope you like it as well. I am going to model it for you at the end of this video, so please stick around for that. But now let's go ahead and move on to the bracelet. As you can see, I use the same beads as the necklace, and I use jump rings in between, just like I did on the necklace. And for this one, I'm going to use this magnetic clasp, and I'm also going to use an extended chain, or a security chain in case the magnet comes apart. And if you're thinking about doing the same thing, you're going to have to figure out how long the chain should be so that you can slip your hand through the bracelet. This one's 2 inches, and my bracelet actually measures 6 1/4 because I have smaller wrists. So let me show you how easy this is. I'm going to open up one of these jump rings. And by the way, guys, if you're using magnetic clasps, it's going to be a lot easier for you to use 18 karat gold plated jump rings and chain because it doesn't stick to the magnet as much. I'm going to slide the chain into my jump ring. And now this part of the magnetic clasp. And now this part of the bracelet. And it's already trying to stick to everything. It is challenging because, like I said, the magnet wants to stick to my pliers. Let me flatten my jump ring to make sure it's closed. So that part's connected. Let me open up this one now. Let me slide the chain in first. And now this part of the clasp. And now this component. And that's all there is to it. And that's what it looks like. But anyway, I think it looks really pretty. It's simple, but I like that. And definitely dainty and easy to put on. A very quick and easy project. Well, I guess the beaded components do take time to make, but once you make them, it's easy to assemble the whole thing. So now let's move on to some earrings. For the earrings, I use the coin beads, and I also use these large faceted beads. They're 10mm in size, and the color is dark goldenrod. And I decided to put the large one at the top, but you could definitely do it like this if you wanted to. It's up to you, really. So anyway, I'm going to connect the ear wire hook, and I know most of you already know how to do that, but I also know I have some beginners, so let me show you. It's very easy. I'm just going to open up this loop, slide it in, and close it right back up again. That's it. And as you can see, I did not use jump rings in between the coin beads, just like on the dangles of the necklace. Super easy, that's for sure. So now before I model everything, I'm going to arrange it on my table and we'll look at the whole ensemble. So here's everything, a beautiful necklace, a bracelet, and a pair of earrings. I hope this tutorial has inspired you, and I hope you can make your own set. And guys, if you enjoyed this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up because it really helps my channel. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate that as well. As always, I'd like to go ahead and model everything for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.